I make up to $1,000 a week as a reseller, and the number is growing. And most of my work is spent doing fun activities like chatting to people, going shopping, or picking up new merchandise. But it was not always like this. Just earlier this year, I was working 9 to 5 as a stonemason. My days started early, while it was still dark outside. I worked in any weather, be it sunny or rainy. And the worst part about it was neglecting my health. Breathing in dust and destroying my wrists for a measly paycheck. Of course, I'm exaggerating. It wasn't all bad. But flipping allowed me to level up, leave my job behind, and ultimately earn more by working less. And in the future, I'm planning to get an even higher income while working even less. Why stop at $1,000 in 20 hours when you could make $20,000 in 10 hours? And in this video, I will talk about the 7 habits that make my flipping a success. Where we start off with habit number 1, be proactive. There are 2 types of people in the world. There's the proactive people and there's the passive people. Passive people live their lives reactively. They see an issue, a subject or a matter in their life and then respond to it in a reactive, predetermined manner. For example, they get sick, so they go to the doctor. Their boss calls them in to stay late, so they work overtime. They get invited to hang out, so they accept the invite. They're not a protagonist in their own story, but rather they wait until they get invited to be part of somebody else's story. They wait for life to happen to them. But proactive people are a little bit different. They don't wait for issues to arise, but rather take matters into their own hands. They exercise and eat healthy so they can avoid going to the doctors. They work on their own business, so they work as much as they want. They invite other people, so they can accept their invite. Proactive people are busy creating their own destiny, while reactive people are waiting for destiny to just fall into their hands. Now, who do you think has more control in their life? Who do you think has better relationships? And who do you think earns more money? It's obvious, the proactive person has the better life. So in order to have a better life, to earn more money, to have a more fulfilling existence, you have to be proactive. So let me restate it more clearly. Nobody can run a marathon for you. Nobody can go to the toilet for you. Nobody can live your life for you. Any great achievement in your life will be led by you and by you only. No one else. And things will not always go smoothly. You will make mistakes, and you should. Because of habit number 2. Habit number 2. Make mistakes. I remember at the beginning of my flipping journey, I had no fucking clue what I was doing. And how could I? I literally just started. And I felt overwhelmed at the time because I didn't know what to flip, where to get items from, and how to even sell the items that I got. I was afraid of not making any money. And sometimes my decisions would eventually lead to me not making any money. Hell, sometimes I would even lose money. My worries were not without reason. Because I embarrassed myself, I made mistakes, I lost money. I had a lot of moments of shame. Let me tell you about a more recent one. Not too long ago, I sold a webcam through eBay. I was ecstatic. When I saw the notification pop up, I swiftly took the item, packaged it up, and ran to the post office. Everything was going well until I realized my mistake. I did not charge enough for the item. And what did end up happening? I did not make any money on the webcam. But even worse, because of my miscalculation, I actually lost 18 cents selling that item. So in the end, I spent 18 cents to package, label and ship a webcam. I didn't even work for free at this point. I literally had to pay to work. Talk about a good business decision, right? It's just so easy to look at good decisions like that and get discouraged. But these bad decisions end up being one of the greatest lessons. You could tell me about making sure that all the measurements are correct, but now I will actually always make sure that they are correct. So my point being is, you are educating yourself by making mistakes. A child only learns not to touch the hot stove top after it burns itself. So please, make mistakes, as making a mistake is the only way of not repeating the mistake. Also, mistakes will help you with the other habits as well, especially the next one. Plan ahead. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Benjamin Franklin. Having a plan is a skill. And at the beginning, like with any other skill, you're going to suck at it. It's natural. But you have to first suck at something before you can become good at it. Just think about a child which has to first learn to crawl before it can walk. So when flipping, planning plays a crucial role. Planning has the role of making sure that the flip is worth your time, worth your effort, and most importantly, worth your money. Don't plan accordingly like I sometimes do, and you will end up walking to the post office while paying 18 cents to deliver a webcam. If I would have to plan again, I for example would next time check the buy price and sell price better, check my fees, shipping costs and advertisement cost, and I would make sure that I get a worthwhile profit on the item when it sells. It's easier to plan today than it is to regret tomorrow. Plan correctly and you will be rewarded for your efforts. Planning also goes hand in hand with the next habit. Habit number 4. Know what you're getting yourself into. Let's start off habit number 4 with a personal story of mine. I have recently purchased a 2009 Ford Ranger for a fire price. To be specific, I bought it at 1/3 of the market value, which is awesome. This means that I can make a fucking killing on it. But of course there's a caveat to the story that I left out on purpose. I have only mentioned the cost of buying the vehicle. However, I have left out the cleaning and repair cost, the registration cost, the insurance and other fees, plus the unique modification that was installed on the car. Yes, this car was modified. Just take a look at this picture here. The thing attached there is called a railway guidance system. This piece of equipment allows the Ford Ranger to drive on railway tracks. I was sure that nobody wants to keep this equipment, so I planned to remove the piece of equipment when I bought it. But I made a little mistake there. See, I thought it would take maximum of 5 hours to remove that piece of junk. However, the removal of the modification ended up taking roughly 20 hours. Combine that with the time and cost of inspecting, servicing, and registering the car, and suddenly a car that costs 1/3 of the market value does not give you 2/3 profit, but rather ends up being half of the market value and only giving you half of the market value's profit. Don't get me wrong, it's still pretty amazing. I will not stand here and say that my time and money are going down the drain. However, my point is that I did not know what I was getting myself into. And because I did not really know what I was doing, I ended up spending more time and money on an item than I wanted to. But at least next time, I got a little bit wiser and know what I'm getting myself into. Which brings us to habit number 5. Write daily. The internet is writing. This YouTube video was a written script. If I flip an item, I create eBay listings that I write. Emails, YouTube comments, WhatsApp messages are all written. Writing, in the end, is nothing other than communication. And communicating clearly is one of the greatest money-making skills that I have ever acquired. So how does that apply to flipping though? Well, you write headlines, you write descriptions, you're answering messages. While flipping, you always have persuasive elements. You're trying to sell something to a customer. So you need to write consistently, constantly, and get better at writing. Because the better you can persuade somebody to buy your item, the more money you make. And writing is used just everywhere. To further illustrate this, take a look at those 2 listings below. One of them sold and one of them did not. Can you tell which one? Yeah, just pause the video if you want to read through the whole listing. Listing B sold while listing A did not sell. Not only did listing B sell, but it sold for $90 more than listing A was listed for. This is the power of clear, concise writing. So how do you get better at writing? How do you make more money with your listings? By making writing a daily habit. First thing in the morning, write 30 minutes a day. Study copywriting frameworks. Analyze and copy listings that have sold for a lot of money. The clearer your communication, the faster you can sell and the more you can earn. Effective communication not only speeds up the process of selling and boosts your potential earnings, but it can also be very helpful in dealing with customer complaints. This brings me to another important habit, which is habit number 6. Stay out of the drama. You need to stay calm and collected. Being overly emotional will lead you to making hasty, uncalculated decisions that in the end will just cost you money. An uncalculated decision can lead to overpricing items, disappointing customers, and buying shit you don't need. I used to attend live auctions and quickly realized the pattern that made resellers there lose a ton of money. First, let me explain how these auctions operate. You're seated in a room with about 50 other bidders, while the auctioneer stands on the podium in front of everybody. Next to the auctioneer there is a large screen with the item that is up for sale and the current winning bid. But the auctioneers, they try to heat up the crowd to get them nervous and anxious and ready to bid. They will talk very quickly and say things like, quick, almost gone, almost gone. You don't want to miss this, you don't want to miss this, you don't want to miss this. It's crazy how fast they can talk. Rappers don't have anything on them. And during that heated time, when they try to get everybody to bid, something very interesting happens. People get into bidding wars. It's absolutely insane to see. Bidder A raises the hand. Suddenly B raises the hand. A raises again. B raises again. And this keeps going. A, B. You can just feel how they're all tense and shit. And they don't want the other person to have it. But suddenly, person C swoops in and buys the item at a 150% of the original retail value. For some reason, these calm and collected adults suddenly turn to ravenous animals, hungry to win the bid. And the only reason is because they brought their emotions with them into the game. And this happens time and time again. So please, for the love of your money and effort and sanity, leave your emotions at home. It's that simple. Staying out of the drama will make sure that you and your money will stay together. Which brings me to habit number 7. There we go. Improve and iterate. Life gets better the more you try and improve it. You're either progressing or you're falling behind. And improving makes sure that you rather go upwards than downwards. You tidy up your chaotic room. That's improvement. Last month you flipped 3 items. This month you flipped 10. That's improvement. You lose a chess match, but you learn from your mistake, and next time you see the move, you act differently. That's improvement. Constant improvement is the state that we want to aim towards, because the opposite is quite bleak. It's regression, decline, and ultimately collapse. And between these two options, which one will you choose? Growth or withering? Chaos or order? Good or evil? The responsibility to choose between the greatest good and the worst atrocities lies within each of us. We are the architects of our own destiny. The choice is yours. Will you choose the path of improvement and bear the burden that comes with it? Or will you descend into destruction, embracing the inevitable misery? These are the 7 habits that helped me thrive as a reseller, that made my reselling business, my flipping business, profitable. By adopting these practices, I was able to quit the 9-to-5 grind, work less, and earn more. If you're serious about reselling, please remember, failure is on its way. You will make mistakes. Each of these habits that I've shared is a cornerstone, a stepping stone onto success. But if you want to dive deeper into reselling, watch this video next, in which I show you the 3 steps of reselling. Which, little hint, is acquisition, preparation, and sale. But just watch the video if you want to see all of it. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Remember, the path to growth is in your hands. Make the best of it.